All right, so now let's go try 5. I want to factor out the GCF of 25x squared plus 20x. I'm going to kind of do this a little bit different of a way because I want you to start thinking your GCF is the greatest number that's in common with 20 and 25, or the greatest variable that's in common with x or x squared. Okay, so the biggest your GCF can be is actually the smallest number in your expression. So I'm going to go look at the smallest, which is 20, and I'm going to ask myself, can 20 go into 25? And I don't want decimals or fractions, so that is no. So then I'm going to start thinking about those factors that I can, what numbers can I multiply to get to 20? And that's 2 times 10 and 5 times 4. And I'm going to start with the biggest number. Can 10 go into 25? No. So I'm going to ask, what about 5? Can 5 go into 25? Yes. So 5 is part of my GCF. The next thing I notice is that both terms have variables. I have x squared and then I have x to the first power. Just like the numbers, I want to go to the smallest power. So I'm going to go to the x to the first power, and I'm going to take that out. So I'm going to draw my sets of parentheses, and I'm literally dividing both terms by 5x. Okay, so 25x squared divided by 5x, well, 25 divided by 5 is 5. X squared divided by x, okay, if we're dividing with exponent, that means we subtract. So 2 minus 1 is 1, so x to the first power. 20 divided by 5 is 4. X to the first power, okay, divided by x to the first power, well, 1 minus 1 is actually 0. So here is your final answer. 5x times 5x plus 4. You can always check. So if I were to distribute this 5x back into my expression, well, 5 times 5 is 25. X times x is x squared. 5x times a positive 4 is a positive 20x, which is the same as my question. Let's go try 6. So 6, I have a trinomial. It has 3 terms. So I'm, again, going to go look for my smallest actually coefficient here. I have -6, 4, and I want it to be positive. Okay, so my GCF right here can only be a 1. Okay, I'm going to go look to see, do all of my terms have a variable? And yes, they do. I have a third power to the second power and then the first. So I can take out 1x because I can only take out the smallest that I have, but is the biggest GCF. I am going to divide this x into each term. So x cubed divided by x to the first, remember we subtract, so 3 minus 1 is 2, so that's x squared. 4x squared divided by x is going to be 4x, because 2 minus 1 is 1. And then 6x, or I'm sorry, -6x divided by x, well, I have to the first power, subtract first power, so that's just going to be -6 with no x's. And here is my final answer for factoring by GCF. Let's look at 7. I have 3x to the fourth minus 12x squared. Okay, so 2 terms. My smaller number is 3 here, and I'm not looking at the negatives or the plus or minuses. Okay, and I'm going to ask myself, can 3 go into 12? And yes, it can. So I'm going to take out a 3. Both terms have variables, so I'm going to look x to the fourth, x squared. I want to take out the x squared. I'm going to start my parentheses, and I'm literally dividing each term by 3x squared, my GCF. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. X to the fourth divided by x squared is x squared. Negative 3 divided by, or I'm sorry, negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. X squared divided by x squared, well, is 0. So we are going to stop there.